Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your personalized reading for the week of May 30th to June 5th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, check out readings for your sun, moon, and rising sign. On May 30th, there is a new moon in Gemini. Gemini's ruling planet, Mercury, governs communication and the intellect. Because Mercury is in retrograde until June 3rd, this week provides opportunities to reflect on prior communications that did not or may not have come across as you had intended. So this reading looks into those themes. In this initial column, we see what you should reflect on from your past. You have this wealthy man card. So if you identify as a male, that could be you or would be you. If you do not identify as a male, this would be someone in your life or previously someone in your life who is successful, kind of business person, um, really someone who is wealthy, someone who is focused on wealth or has been focused on wealth, career success, and this could be a younger man or an older man. Doesn't this picture here doesn't really necessarily indicate that's what the man would look like, but it's someone who could also be an employer. It could also, be a supervisor or a boss, someone who is trying to, climb the social ladder. And then you have the Four of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Eight of Swords. In this middle column, we see how to change things for the better. There's this card of pain. So that might be pain that was felt, pain that is trying to be, recovered from or avoided. You have Seven of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Moon. In this third column, we see the potential outcome. You have the 11th house of community. So this is your friends, the people that you kind of choose to surround yourself by. This is your tribe. And you have the Fool, Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. So it looks like however this goes, the outcome indicates like overall, happiness, and I guess even wealth with the Ten of Pentacles, wealth, happiness, healthy, joy, joy, joy. So let's see what's going on with this past. With the Four of Pentacles, it's a sense of, trying to make it in the world, a sense of trying to get a foundation of something in the material world, something to indicate your value and worth. You can see here's this person in the quicksand holding on to their like four pentacle dollars here. So for some of you, this could be a way that a person that you were trying to be or a person you were trying to connect with to help you advance. With the Queen of Swords, this is a card of pursuing truth, honesty, and justice. It's the minor arcana equivalent, or the court card equivalent to the justice card. And with the Eight of Swords, it's a sense of someone having power over you and pretty much making it so that you can't advance, you can't move forward or backwards. With Eight of Swords, though, it is a sense of a mindset, a way of self-talk, a limiting belief where you kind of assign that power and authority to someone else. It's kind of like the devil card in a way, because this individual has the ability to take, like loosen the bindings. There's no one around. Take off the blindfolds. Move aside the swords. It's easier said than done. Mostly, it's hard to realize when you're in this moment, and kind of just recognizing, being aware of the surroundings is kind of like the first step. And just even, recognizing that there's swords around there. So let's take a look at the Four of Pentacles here. You have the Justice card. So here it's a sense of, balance, cause and effect, and sense of truth and fairness. So here it could be that there was perhaps something where you were just hoping that things would work out your way. Perhaps there was something you had invested your money in. Maybe you talked to someone who of status, and they were kind of telling you, you should go this route, or you should invest your money this way, or you should pursue, this type of career, and with some type of a need for stability, it's something that you pursued hoping that it would actually work out that way. So let's take a look at the Queen of Swords here. You have the Five of Wands, and that is a sense of conflict, a sense of desires and goals and ideas that are not aligned. This can be anywhere from minor annoyances to kind of, co-workers. It might even be that you have a position of authority or problem solving when it comes to conflicts with amongst others. This could be, it makes me think of someone who gets sent to, like, kids fighting, they get sent to the principal's office to get straightened out. It's as if, like, you're the straighten outener. That's not even a word, but let's take a look at the Eight of Swords. You have the Two of Swords, the sense of stalemate. And in both of these cards, it's fear and anxiety that is really making it seem that there are no options. So for some of you, I'm not seeing this wealthy man necessarily as a love connection. It's more of someone that you were looking up to or trusting, if this is not you. But if this is you, it's a goal that you are trying to have. It's either you're trying to attain this as, your goal in life, and somehow it's working where even though you're trying to pursue what you think will get you either to this wealthy man or to be this wealthy man, it's not working the way that um, you had anticipated, and you're finding that there's just um, conflict, chaos that you're just dealing with, and it's just making you think that you can't get to the top. Or, it's a wealthy man that's really, your feeling is keeping you down, you know, keeping you uh, in a state of unable to accomplish certain things, so that you're just constantly trying to cut through red tape. So here with this pain card, with the Seven of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Moon, there is a sense of not knowing what to trust, but knowing that you are wanting to protect yourself, wanting to protect those that you care about. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this is like a nurturing, mother type energy, and someone who is connected to their environment and people around them, and to their own, sense of well-being. What I mean by that is kind of they can feel things. They're the type of person that will give you a hug because you need that physical touch. They'll cook you, a meal to make sure that you are not only getting the nutrients you need, but getting something that is, tasteful, good for the flavor, your taste buds type of thing. And someone who, would have like, would be picking flowers because of the velvety texture of the petals, but also the scents, the smells that they get. So someone who's like really connected to the senses. So here with the Seven of Cups, it's a sense of really not knowing. If there is fear and anxiety, then these cups are kind of filled with potential, like they're gap fillers, and they can be filled with negative information or end results when there's fear and anxiety involved. When there's the moon, especially, there's a lack of clarity, and there's even more fear and anxiety that can come about, especially when there's a sense of self-doubt. And so it seems like there is, this conflict and self-doubt going on. So here, this Queen of Pentacles is almost a sense of, to overcome really a lack of clarity, to get to a place of confidence. You first need to be aware of what's going on with you and your environment, and how you interact with it. And that's very helpful for dealing with this Eight of Swords type of situation. So let's take a look at the Seven of Cups over here. You have the Three of Wands, and that is a sense of going outside of what you know, and kind of almost depending or needing to interact and rely on other people. This is like a way of networking and kind of growing your brand, your business, but also it's the act of putting something out there in the world, some type of communication, some type of idea, and seeing how those ideas spread. So it could be to some degree that the more people that you kind of interact with for whatever it is you do, like your job, education, it creates this, question of where's that going to go? How's that going to be? And it's maybe a distrust or a hesitation, but it's really seems to be tied to this kind of fear and anxiety and self-doubt. So let's take a look at the moon. You have the Tower, and that is about, shock to the system. Divine intervention is coming in to really expose the cracks in a certain foundation so that the false belief, the the limiting belief, the false belief are exposed. And this is kind of seen as a negative card, but really it does, not to downplay the disruption that it might cause, especially when you have this pain card here, but it is a blessing in disguise in the sense that it gives you an opportunity to explore where those cracks started or how those cracks started and build a new foundation, not by filling gaps, but actually starting from the foundation, and the base of the structure and building blocks that are based on truth, your truth. So let's take a look at the Queen of Pentacles. To some degree, I'm looking at this wealthy man, and you would think the Queen of Pentacles would be the counterpart to this wealthy man. So, for some of you, this might be a relationship. This might be your relationship with someone who has kind of money. And so basically it's they have the money. Well, I mean, it works out either if it's a romantic relationship or a business relationship. They have the money and power, and you have like the ideas, and you're the person that puts things into action, like a party planner or a manager or something like that. And so, and a manager of the house if it's a romantic type of relationship. And it seems that there is a lack of satisfaction when it comes to that as well. So that's another way to look at the Queen of Pentacles and the wealthy man. But either way, this concept of the Queen of Pentacles is very much takes care of themselves, make sure that they are, good in a physical way, good in an emotional way, spiritual way, and with their heart. And that's also another way to kind of look at that Four of Pentacles. I would, if it was a different reading, I would look at it as someone who is trying to have that foundation. Well, actually, it is a way of having foundation here even. But here I look at it more material foundation. The Queen of Pentacles is good with managing money and can be a business person, but they are also someone who is, connected, mind, body, heart, spirit. So let's take a look at that. You have the Six of Wands, which is a sense of victory, and it's a sense of overcoming this conflict here in the Five of Wands. So it seems that I sense you have this these queen characteristics in these different columns here, Aquarius. And it's really about just minor changes. So with the Queen of Swords, they're problem solving. They're figuring out how to communicate something, make things right in terms of, you know, what you are thinking, what your plan is, that other people are in line with that and agree to it and see it that way, but that's just not happening. So here it seems like it's creating doubt when it comes to your abilities with communication, analysis, problem solving. And so here it seems that there's a sense of pain that's not being dealt with here. There's no cups. There's no cups here. It's only pentacles, material, wealth, and swords. You do have the 5 of wands, but there are no cups. So it could be that you are reflecting on this and trying to be very business-like about whatever the issue is, and the change, how to change things for the better, is actually kind of deal with this, you know, the emotional pain of what this situation brought about. And when that type of pain, frustration, upset comes about, it seems like when there is a lack of clarity, when there is, you know, other people you need to communicate with, there's things that you need to project down the line, anticipate down the line. And it seems to kind of create this concept that maybe you aren't really, you might be good at certain things, but when it comes to feelings and sensations, that's something that you need to kind of tap into a little bit more. And so with this potential outcome, this 11th house of community here, it's a sense of using the group. You know, how is it that the group can help you through this? This group can be like coworkers. It could be, you know, even like grief counseling, like group counseling. And it could be, you know, be friends. It could be your yoga group, some, you know, shared meditation group. But basically, if there is something, if you're not feeling fulfilled about things, then, you know, make sure that it starts with you. Then it starts with, you know, focusing on you and self-care, and then the people that you trust, and creating that community, and be able to get help from others, but ultimately you're going to want to make your own decisions and be your own person. You're not going to want to just you know, take on everything that everyone else is saying, but you do want to make sure that you are surrounded by people you love. You have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. That's like your ultimate kind of goal, your outcome. With the Fool here, it is a sense of opening your arms to a new opportunity. And that might be something totally different than what you had done in the past. So let's take a look at that. You have the Fool again. So really, it's just everything new. New start on how you approach a situation. You can see I made a comment about the Queen of Pentacles, like picking flowers, and it seems like, you know, in both of these different decks, the Fool has like a white rose in their hand. Traditionally, it is like a stick with what is it, like some kind of knapsack, some kind of pouch. But here it's, you know, a flower, this white rose. And white rose, I think it means, what is that? It's about, I think those are about friendship and a sense of like purity. So here it does also indicate a sense of connection to spirit. So if you are, you know, finding yourself in situations, trying to problem solve, trying, you know, have a lack of clarity, feeling like things are, that you can't get, you know, grasp something, then it seems like this Fool card is kind of asking you to kind of consider your relationship, your spiritual relationship. How is it that you, you know, deal with lack of clarity and times where you've tried what you thought would get you somewhere and doesn't work out. So let's take a look at the Ten of Pentacles. Well, these want to come out for the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So let's just go ahead and do that. You have the Seven of Cups, which showed up over here in the Three of Wands. Here it's kind of indicating that you here with the Three of Wands, this kind of suggested like kind of putting stuff out there, just depending on other people to kind of you know, figure out how you're going to expand and filling in the gaps with information that may be potential bad or outcomes or negative things due to the fear and anxiety. But here it seems that you have this approach instead of, you know, embracing life, a sense of pursuing things from the heart, co-creating with spirit, coming from a place of, you know, tapping into your environment, being aware of your environment, being, you know, feeling good about yourself, your health, your mind, your spirit, your heart, then really the potential outcomes, whatever it is that you're going to try to do, is going to end up with you creating the wealth that you want, maybe not in terms of uh, financial ways, but to create the community of supporting people. It does indicate a sense of material wealth as well, but not this kind of wealthy man, someone who's alone by themselves with their top hat and gray gloves. Someone who is connected to their community. And here you have the Ten of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. So Ten of Cups is about joy and happiness. It's also about the ability to go through the different emotions, you know, that are in the Ten Cups and experience those emotions, because no one's happy 24/7. That's pretty much impossible. And if you can do it, that's great. Good for you. But for the most part, everyone's going through a range of emotions every day. Like even when you wake up and people ask, "How are you doing?" You say, "I'm great. I'm good." That emotion throughout the day, that response is likely to change. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this is someone who recognizes that there is, uh, work to be done, and that the payoff is in the long term. Um, they're very responsible, they're very reliable, they are really on their way to be the wealthy man. Um, they are on their way to have this like family, this home, this legacy. They're building that. And it does seem that here, focusing on yourself first, and then, your connection with yourself, your connection with your environment, your connection with spirituality, whatever that means for you, really will allow you to kind of build the future that you want. So focusing on these things, as opposed to, an end result, and even, a quick fix, that's probably the best way to approach the situation. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of the week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.